Guys, what are we doing here? We're in fucking Mexico now. Why are we here? We're in TripleMania? Night 1?
Triple-A.
As voted on by the Dave Meltzer crew. I don't know, maybe like the fans. That this is the worst pay-per-view of 2024. We went current year today.
Not even current year.
Well, what do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Money.
Hasn't even been a full year
Money.
yet. We're in Monterey for night 1, TripleMania 32. It's the Vampiro retirement tour because he got dementia, unfortunately. And so they said a guy with dementia needs to wrestle 3 more matches.
And to pay off his debt.
Yeah.
Well, come on. This is for his fans that beloved him. Like, come on.
The only thing I
guys.
know Vampiro from is from Lucha Underground.
What about WCW? We just reviewed Sold Out.
Oh my God, is he on that?
Yes.
He's the guy with the face paint.
Remember the guy that fought David Flair?
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, that's Vampiro?
That's Vampiro, yeah.
I thought he had the same name. I was like,
No.
I guess like a name crossed over. Like, I didn't know. Oh, man.
Yeah, he went from WCW to Mexico, and he was like one of the biggest stars in Mexico. Like,
Makes
not
sense,
CMLL,
honestly.
not CMLL, but AAA.
Okay.
We're not going to go into the whole politics of Mexico, but yeah, they don't like each other, AAA and CMLL. You're either one or the other. It's kind of like AEW, WWE, right? Come on.
They're competitors, yeah.
With less politics. Or more? What would you think?
Probably more, but
Probably
in
more.
a different way. Not the wrestling kind of politics.
I have seen this before. The Kroll crew, me and Joe, we just watched it willingly about a year ago when it happened, and it was terrible. So when we saw worst pay-per-view of the year, I said, what's a better opportunity to talk about this show than with the WCW crew? Because we had 2 WCW icons on it. They're retiring a WCW icon. So it makes sense. Right? Please? Hello?
No.
Just when I think I'm out, you pull me back in.
I said, you need to watch Pimpinella one more time. And you said, okay.
So the highlights of the show are Pimpinella Escarlata and El Nino Hamburguesa. And that's it, and I stand on pat for those 2.
Yes, and the old man, and the what's the old man's name?
And the skinny
Casa.
old man, yeah.
Yeah, Negro Casa is a highlight. Yeah, I'll get into my other highlight later, but because there's one I'm remembering. But yeah.
Does anybody have any thoughts going into this show, other than just it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life?
I've never seen a luchador
or AAA
pay-per-view.
Have you never seen
I've never
like a CMLL, nothing like a Mexico style show?
No. So I'm honestly excited because I get to see what it's like. And honestly, even though the production, like just initially looking at, through the pay-per-view,
I don't know why
the production's not great, but it reminded me of like a going to a live show. Like I feel like if I had been there live, it would have been hype.
But
so those are my thoughts.
But the problem is this is their WrestleMania. This is their biggest show of the year, where anybody who doesn't watch AAA will watch AAA because this is their show. Wow. So, if you've never heard of AAA, you're not going to go, watch a fucking event on in January. You just don't know. You will never hear about it unless you know about it. But you might hear about TripleMania.
Oh wow!
You might hear about the CMLL anniversary show. It's I think that's a 100-year-old company at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, here's my thing, right? Because I was reading online, because I've never watched AAA before. I've always heard about it. And one of the things I found, because obviously this is the big show of the year, one of the things I read was that usually they come out with a big band or they have a big pompous celebration to start off the show. And this had none of that. There's a pretty weak start, don't you think?
Yeah, they just had the 2... was it the one guy come out and just talk the whole time?
Yeah.
And he's there throughout the whole show. I don't know these guys' names. Apologies to anybody that actually genuinely cares about TripleMania or AAA. We don't know Spanish. So we're just trying our best to get through it. There was no English subtitles.
We are woefully ignorant on the You Don't Have to Do This podcast network.
Until 15 minutes before we started recording, we found that there are auto-translate. They might have just added it. I don't know, but we could not find it when we were trying to watch it. So we got nothing.
Yeah.
You wasn't there? it was on shows before this. It was on shows after this. But for some reason, it didn't work when we initially watched this. And then I think 15 minutes before meetup and before recording, it just decided to work.
Yeah, so no promos. We don't know what's going on. They're just showing up.
Clue.
Unless we figure it out from dirt sheets or whatever after. We have no fucking clue. No idea.
Yeah. I was supposed to be the resident translator because my dad knows Spanish, but he never taught me. So,
come on.
Apologies.
You should have got him on the pod.
I should have. I really should have gotten him on the pod.
Yeah, we'll get him on the next TripleMania.
100%.
But we actually found out that we got Main Event Marty back from the trenches.
Yeah, here's my review.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. This show fucking blew. They were right. And they were right even when I first watched it. It was terrible. It actually got worse. And then they start off...
I want the listener to understand. Several of these people watched this in a group together where maybe you could have a good time on accident. I watched this by myself in the fucking trenches. So, I am the strongest warrior here, is all I need to tell you people. You all know this already.
We know what you put your body through and your mind through to get through this show.
We respect it. Yeah, we respect it.
We respect it.
Salutes to Marty.
And so we
Salute.
We got to pay our respects to the respectful women of AAA.
Yep.
As we got, let me pull up the names here. We got, because they come out of fucking different order. They're not on the same team. But
hold on a second. We got the video package before they come out.
Well, I don't know what they say, Nico.
I do.
All right, tell me the story. What's the story behind these women?
Here's the story. Dallas is basically like the queen of AAA, or at least that's what they're saying. She's like pretty much their big main eventer. All the way up, apparently, all the way up until Fabi debuts on the show. And she targets Dallas because of her rudeness and her behavior.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yep. Now, yeah, we don't like that. We don't like these rude, toxic people. So, she buddies up with Las Toxicas. Because why not?
Because they're the toxic women. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and then Fabi gets all of her girl pals together. She gets Sexy Star. She gets that one.
Sexy Star is on the other squad, right?
No, it's
okay, so here's the thing. Las Toxicas have Flammer, La Hydra, and Marivala. Or Marivila? Marivila, my bad. Sexy Star is on the other team. Nico's thing is messing up. I'm going to let him be. It's not a pause on my end. Nico, you got to come back. All right, there you go.
So, it is Flamer, La Hydra, Malavilla, who are the Las Toxicas, and Dallas, versus Estrelita, Fabi Apache, Lena Dolada, and Sexy Star. Those are your teams. Not that you would know, because as Ty said originally, they did not come out in order.
And it's not that Sexy Star either. This is a different Sexy Star.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, we should probably preface that.
Yeah, it's not the one that you would probably know. They just decided to rebrand her because she's a weirdo.
Yeah. And, you know, entrances is one of those things I take for granted in tag matches. I never thought by just changing it I'd be so confused on who's where and who's what.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
we don't know who's on who.
Yeah, this seems like a rookie mistake not even the Indies would have done. So, anybody else have any thoughts on this startup, this lineup, or should I get into the match?
I think one thing that AAA does better than even like American companies is, like, I love a good Titantron. I love a good entrance video. But the fact that they put their name in bold letters like a fucking Spy Kids movie and having like the Robert Rodriguez text pop out and say who it is, and I go, okay, I know who that is now. As someone who has never watched it, I go, okay, I know who Flammer is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does it. That's, it was helpful. During the Rumble part, it was fantastic. I knew who everybody was.
Is this a pre-show? Because there's like 12 people here when
No.
this match starts.
No.
This is the start of the first night.
Well, it
Yeah, it's
fills
like-
out eventually, but there's like 7 people here.
Yeah, and then we're outside. It's in like the bright sun. You can barely see some of the moment.
I can't lie. I love the outside transition to nighttime for the main event.
I agree.
Yeah, I do too. It you know, it's something that's just classic, but I like that. What do you think of the ring, though?
It seemed very fucking stiff. Because anybody who took a bump on this legit looked like they were fucking dying afterwards, and they just could not, like, just deal with it. I don't know, like, what was going on with it, but
It's an excited ring.
I know, but
Yeah.
like,
And it's a big one too.
Yeah,
it's not.
it's
It's not a
giant.
TNA. It's not a TNA like 14 by 14 or whatever. This one's huge.
like to preface it, we just
Yeah.
reviewed Victory Road, and it seemed like people were bouncing off that easily. People were like taking bumps on this map and going, "Oh fuck, my back."
And it didn't help that the canvas in a lot of parts in the middle was just kind of bunching up too.
Yeah.
Again, like you chalk it up to production value, whatever. But like it was fine. I guess it was a novel. I don't know if this is something they usually like wrestle in. I don't know if AAA wrestles in a 6-sided ring.
I
The
think
Mega
so.
Championship is a 6-sided championship, so
Yeah, I think it's
maybe
always
that's just their
6-sided.
thing.
It's not in Lucha
Yeah.
Underground, but I don't know. Yeah, dive in this
Are
match.
they not? Well, because
My bad.
I didn't. I didn't get a chance to actually watch this match, but I'm like looking at it right now, and I see a lot of seats empty. Do these pay-per-views not sell out?
That's what Martin was saying. I don't. They should. Yeah, eventually. I think as Martin thought it was a pre-show match because of like how much people were not there. was-
Right. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I didn't see it in the light. Like
very
it was
empty.
The first time I'm seeing.
I think part of it is a lot of the like real good talent and the people cared about are pretty much gone.
Right.
But should we get into the match?
Yeah. Get into that match.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this is probably the best match of the night so far.
I hope so.
No, not so far. I meant at all. My bad. See, I'm really off this. This match was. I don't know. I thought like some of the stuff was fine. I will say, in terms of talent, it's a little uneven. I thought I don't know how to describe her, but one of the Las Tasicas is way better than the other.
I think it's
and they're
Flammer.
both-
I think Flammer's the
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, so if Flammer's the good one, then yeah, I could see that. Whoever's the go, like she looks strong. She's got a lot of in-ring presence. But I just remember I saw this kick, and not only did it look slow, it looked like it actually probably hurt her. You know, the other person, which, you know, again, it's wrestling. You don't want to actually hurt people, or do you?
Why not?
I don't know. But, like, she was moving in slow-mo this whole match. I had no idea what was going on with that. I will say, I like the baseball theme. I was trying to figure out why they did a baseball theme for TripleMania, but the commentators didn't mention anything, at least in the translated titles.
They just love the New York Yankees.
Yep. Maybe that's just healed. Like, we love the Yankees. I guess that makes sense. Unless you're in New York. Yeah. God. This is already the worst segment I've ever done in the entirety of this show.
You just looked at
Talk
all the
about
women,
their big asses.
the BBL
Big
match.
asses. I mean, honestly, that's what this match is. It's big asses. I mean, like I said, I only got the translated text, but the announcers even are like, "Oh, the beauty, the flow, and basically talking about their asses. Like,
Oh no.
yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
commentators are jerking off. The audience is jerking off.
Everybody's jerking
Ty
off.
Chuck is
This
jerking
is
off.
so-
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
That is. I'm glad I did not watch the match then.
Now,
And
but
without the
I will say-
translations.
Respectfully
Yeah.
speaking, we were doing it because we love the talent.
yeah. And
I-
like I said, new sexy star can like move too. Like
Were we
she
talking
was
about
doing
Pimpinella?
all right. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Oh, this isn't that sexy star. This is a different sexy star.
Yes.
Yes, this is a different sexy star. We
Oh,
gotta
okay.
preface that, right?
This is not our problematic queen.
Nope,
No.
this
Who
isn't
is not
the
our
one.
queen. Is just problematic.
Yeah, it's true. This isn't the one Chris Jericho personally canceled. No.
Thank
But
goodness.
I don't know. They hit a bunch of moves. It's interesting. So the main thing is Dallas and Fabi. Dallas does not look great in there. I don't know. Like out of everybody, she kind of, I don't know how to put it. She seems kind of awkward. Like she can hit her stuff, but like
Very stiff. Very like
very stiff.
not knowing what the next spot is, or when she does, she
Yeah.
kind of just stands there and is like, "All right, we got this."
Well, she is kind of the biggest one in the
Yeah.
ring too. I guess like height wise.
Yeah,
She's a big
so-
woman.
Yeah, and again, it's kind of different with men, but for women, because like a lot of women who wrestle roughly the same height. So when you get, for example, like a Charlotte Flair, who's like actual 6 foot, I think, or at least close, like she ends up either hitting people with stuff or getting hurt more because she's too damn tall.
True.
It does cause issues, where like the men, I don't know why it works out better like that. I think because usually when the men are tall, they do like powerhouse spots. But a lot of the tall women are like not built,
No, I mean, I guess this is a common complaint. They just like, yeah, there isn't the body strength to just pick somebody up who's like jumping at you, you know? And I don't expect these women to be like roided out freaks. I mean, natural phenomenons like
natty.
Brian Cage.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Work on it, I guess, if that's going to be your thing.
They did a bunch of interesting moves, I guess, here and there. But yeah, like Dallas is bad. Match basically hits the big crescendo around the end when they do the God, I don't think it's not a tope suicida.
I think
Right.
I thought it was where they all went through the middle rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one girl doesn't go through the middle rope. She like stands. She jumps off the middle rope.
Not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I guess a springboard. suicida?
Everybody gets a tope suicida, and then the last girl in the pink mask, but not sexy star, the other one,
Reina.
goes out to the apron and then does a
Maybe.
moonsault from the second rope onto everybody.
Yeah. So I will say, yeah, that last one looked pretty great, except her one teammate. I don't know what happened, if she just mispositioned or what, but she kind of like awkwardly like kind of bends, and she might have hurt herself. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the one that's like dressed as a schoolgirl.
Yes.
She just kind of falls over and is clutching her knee on the
It
outside
might
for the
have been
rest of the night.
Estrelita.
Yeah, but like that looked so awkward and bad, and unfortunately, she's the closest to the camera. So while all like Las Toxicas, like they do a pretty good like thing, I just noticed that. And then for the finish, where basically it's just Fabi and Dallas, and they're slamming at each other with the clotheslines. Clearly, this company really wants to push Fabi, so
Bobby,
can't-
I like her.
yeah, she's cool. So they hit her with the trash can lid, and then she gets power bombed. Which, do you think that would be fine for a heel finish? But then she has to grab the rope too. So they're really protecting Fabi in this loss, right? And Dallas takes the win in this match, but like I said, I thought Fabi stood out. I think this match was more about her. And let me tell you, when they're celebrating Las Toxicas in Dallas, Dallas cannot move like Las Toxicas. She's just really awkwardly moving her hips. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, but hey, she got the win. This feud will continue. Fabi Apache will
help.
probably beat her. And yeah, and if this was America, the whole headgear thing probably would get her in trouble.
Maybe.
But
Perhaps.
Could you see them? Somebody putting on the war headdress in an American promotion?
Oh,
I mean,
no. I
if
hope
they
not,
were,
no.
if they were perhaps Native American, like the goat Tatanka.
Yeah, but even then, it's like I feel like people would still complain.
So I also have this
100%.
up. Flammer is a double champion in this promotion. She is the Reina de Reinas champion and the mixed tag team champion with Abismo Negro Jr.
Oh.
So she.
Oh, that's my goat.
That's her. She is the most important person in this match, other than Fabi, apparently.
Sensational.
You gotta love it.
Good work here at AAA.
And now we go to the Battle Royal, the Royal Rumble, right? And they have this huge presentation for Mr. Bardal, a luchador of sorts. I guess he's got the mask and the gear on, but he doesn't wrestle because he's just the sponsored fucking guy. And there's multiple people in the crowd with the goddamn mask on. What is this? Could you imagine?
They're having fun, dude.
No, just imagine, right? Imagine AEW puts on the Castrol GTX Bowl, where Mr. Castrol GTX shows up and throws out motor oil to the crowd.
Yeah.
WWE does this every fucking pay-per-view. What do you
Do
mean
they?
imagine this?
Oh, I mean...
They've had the Prime Water, they've had the fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch mascot. The Fed does this stuff all the time.
Remember when Colonel Sanders came?
Yeah.
I just watched
Remember
that.
the fucking zombie match in 2020?
Oh my god!
Yeah, the Fed does this shit constantly. What are you talking about?
Colonel Sanders is my goat.
I guess
AEW
it's
had a
Shawn
Texas
Michaels.
AEW had a Texas Chainsaw Massacre match for a fucking belt that got
They
addressed.
should do
one
more.
time. What do you? Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, I want more of this.
I guess you're right.
Doing this.
I don't know.
Innovators, maybe.
Well, he brings out the trophy. We got the trophy for this Royal Rumble. I don't know. It's called like the Copa match. So you got Abismo Negra coming out. And this guy is fucking huge. He is such a beefcake. Like what is that?
I love him. I love him coming out with the fucking yellow smoke grenade.
Yes, and everyone's got those fucking like sprays that they just keep setting on fire. But like, I'm like, wow, that's a cool thing for that character. But then 4 other people started doing it. And I'm like, what? And as I mentioned, he is the World Mixed Tag Team Champion and the Trios Champion. Okay, cool. This guy's a double champ. He doesn't have any belts. And then you got Aerostar coming out with LEDs on his fucking mask. He looks sick. And you're like, okay, these guys are going to tear the house down. Because you got this big beefcake and this dude that looks awesome. And they just sort of just are very slow, slugging each other around. And, you know, like as a Royal Rumble would. We got people coming out every so often. Mr. Iguana shows up.
Oh, that's my goat.
Oh my
Mr.
god.
Iguana is the only person that matters in this fucking match.
He's got a little
Honestly.
puppet. And he's playing around with it.
Iguana.
And I'm like, oh my god.
I love that he high fives fans down the ramp with the iguana.
Yes. And he starts coming in, like throwing people around. He's a very slippery dude. There's something weird about this match that's not like normal Royal Rumbles, where like you spotlight the guy coming out.
I have no idea how people get eliminated from this match,
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
There are people trying to go for pinfalls. There are people that go outside the ring. And there's people that
There
get
are
thrown
holds.
over.
Their
Yeah.
submissions. I don't know if how people just start leaving at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they get eliminated. So I can't really get into that because sometimes people get thrown over the top. They're not eliminated. Sometimes people get pinned. They stay. So I don't know. But here comes Super Calio. And I'm like, wow, this guy's pretty cool. He's got a little dance. And then he takes off his jacket and I'm like, holy shit. Did not expect this dude to be that big. And he starts cutting a jig. He starts fucking flying on the ground, hits a splits. And then he throws the iguana over the top rope. Not Mr. Iguana.
I'm so fucking pissed.
The iguana
man.
gets tossed out. And
This
I don't know how to
absolute
describe
dog
this
shit.
man. He's got a mask, but it's like a skin tone mask. Like you just put like some fucking I can't think of the shit you put over your feet. He puts that over his head and then he puts some sunglasses on and a baseball cap. and that's his look.
Socks? Are you
Oh,
talking about socks?
Not socks,
Pantyhose.
pantyhose.
Looks like he's wearing
Stockings.
pantyhose.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing that with like a ear hole and a fucking face hole.
And he's got a do rag on.
Yes. Oh, that I had do rag. Yeah, it's the most insane look.
He has a glued on blonde mustache and is fat.
Yes. And he hits a suicide dive as Chessman appears. And Chessman is fucking he looks like NWO Sting with the fucking pentagram looking thing on there, but it's not. It's not. I promise.
Pack Sting.
Boom, 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 boom. This guy is also just massive and old. I think that's the story of AAA today. We're just having fun with all of our old friends. You paid for the experience to just watch your legends fight.
So who the hell is on the roster, right? Like, I can't tell who's returning and like,
I don't know.
Is
if
like
they're
a
not
mainstay.
old, I assume they're on the roster, but
But then they're like on every show anyway, so like I don't know who's a part of this fucking thing anymore. And Aerostar hits another big suicide dive on the Chessman because he got thrown out the ring, but he's still not eliminated. I don't get it. People just are just here. We'll
to
just
answer your question,
revive
listener, Chessman does not do any chess-themed anything during this match.
Bullshit. And then now we got El Fiscal coming out. He doesn't even get a picture of himself on the screen. He looks like, I don't even know how to describe it, like a fucking racetrack outfit. Got the blue, got the red, got the yellow.
Yeah, he looks like a Hot Wheels.
Yeah, yeah, he does. And
he's got an aerosol can.
He does some cool like just rolls around, but then he has a weird spot with Super Callow where like Super Callow is just like, I'm gonna sweep your feet, but he's already in the air, and he just kind of drop kicks the fucking ropes and falls back, and I'm like, what was that? As he breaks his neck, just no reason. And then I guess Callow got like stunned by that, and he fell out of the ring. And then the GOAT comes out.
My goat, my boy.
Hamburguesa.
My everything.
This man is ginormous. He is massive.
Yeah.
He's a lean, trim, 450 pounds. Gotta be.
He looks like if the Rizzler was old.
He's fat.
Oh, he's fat, folks.
And the problem is, he's moving better than anybody else in this ring, and moving better than half the people on the more than half the people on the show. And he's just squishing them, jumping on them. Does anybody get eliminated? I don't know. They just sort of leave if they're just done with it.
I don't have, I think, a single, this person just got eliminated written down here.
No, there's a big spot, I remember, where they all jump on a guy for a pinfall.
Okay, yeah, so, yeah, Nino Hamburguesa does pin El Fiscal, and he's gone. And now we got Antifaz coming out. This guy is actually fucking jacked. It's crazy. This guy's in shape.
Tesla dealership. Antifaz is here. Yeah. It's a good joke, everyone.
Boom.
Boom, baby. And he's killing everybody. This guy's like actually in shape for once, finally. And him and Abisma Negro has a good little back and forth. Some Hurricane Ranas and shit.
Yeah.
This is where I fall asleep for the first time in this match.
Yeah, we still got like 10, 15 more people. Strap the fuck in.
Throw up the sleep counter.
I'm about to fall asleep talking about it.
+1.
And then Heavy Metal shows up. So also, one thing about this show, if you're watching it on YouTube, AAA copyrighted itself and all of its music. So sometimes you'll just get like a blank spot throughout the show. But we get Rainbow in the Dark by Dio, fully heard. I don't know. Makes no fucking sense. And we get Back in Black later. But that's okay. That's okay. But not whoever the fuck, the one clown had like no music and nothing, but you could barely hear the fucking sounds coming out of the announcer going rah, 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 rah. So Heavy Metal hits the ring.
Product.
He looks like, I don't know, Billy Kidman 2000 maybe a little bit.
Apparently the commentator said he doesn't have any friends.
Well, I don't like him either. And then another old man shows up. You got Toscano. He just looks like QT Marshall, but not. I don't know. It's just like fake
he's
QT.
he's very rectangular.
Yes. And he hits a drop kick, hits a fucking suplex. If you're bored by my commentary of this, imagine watching it. It's not even a little bit better. Until you got a guy that's been on the show, as we talked about it, ECW icon, super crazy, is here in 2024. We can't escape it. 2006 lives forever. And he's there with little super crazy. I think that's his, like, is that his daughter? I don't know.
Dude,
Sure.
I'm
why
just gonna
not?
say it's
How the fuck did I miss this loser showing up?
What do you mean? I yelled
I hate
so
Super
much
Crazy.
yesterday and said Super Crazy's here, and then nobody
Yeah, I was-
popped.
How you
Dude,
missed
I
it?
was
Because
not-
he's fat and melted like everybody else in the fucking
I
show.
was not paying attention to this. And
Yeah. This is where I fall asleep for the second time.
so
Throw
yeah,
it
This
up.
is where I was making waffles and sausage, so I was not paying attention to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call out another co-host on the show, Jay,
Oh.
who was watching the show and said, if ECW does show up, I will appear on it. And then I said Super Crazy was there, and she's not here. So,
Youch.
ooh,
Well, it's because Super
just got-
Crazy
you just got
ain't
big time.
extreme.
you just got big time. Throw up the Peter Gabriel count.
Mhm.
But before Peter Gabriel could finish singing big time, Charlie Manson's here to ruin everything and ruin our fun. And
That's
people
him. That's actually him.
and people start getting
Charlie
fucking eliminated,
Manson.
I guess, because Charlie Manson starts fucking beating up the ref for whatever reason and then throwing people over. But they
This
still
is
stick
Chris
around.
Jericho in disguise, I'm fairly certain.
He's got the same bald spot too. So, you know, again, Charlie Manson eliminates Chess Man. I think
Oh,
Super Callow
boy.
got eliminated. Fucking Mr. Iguana's still there. But then finally, the match got refreshed. A breath of fresh air hits the ring. I can finally talk about Pimpinella Escarlata.
Oh, my queen, my
Yeah. Our
goat,
queen.
my everything.
Yes,
She
this
is-
where I tuned in again.
The most over person in this company. The hugest pop. Everybody's like on their feet jumping for this woman.
Yes, Pimpinella.
It is crazy. And then she goes over to a dude in a trucker hat, which honestly I didn't he just looks like some dude from like the South and the US South. Just some white guy in a trucker stop, and she gives him a big smooch, and he's so happy. He's so happy to get a smooch from Pimpinella. I get it.
Third time
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
You fell
Throw it up.
asleep for Pimpinella?
I need more audience kissing.
White boy's not on
Shawn
game.
Michaels used to
Ignore
do.
him.
She comes in the ring and like can actually wrestle.
Fuck.
She's just like knocking people over, throwing them around, fucking hitting moves that we haven't seen yet because nobody can fucking wrestle. And she gives Nino Hamburguesa a smooch. And he goes,
right, my goat.
oof. And he's fucking sweating. He's like, God damn. And then the whole fucking crew of men just take him down and pin him. And Hamburguesa's gone. Bullshit. But I get it.
Bullshit.
And
But
I thought...
They had to protect him so much. Every single body had to be on him, and it barely worked too.
And I thought it
Yeah.
would be over at this point with like the people coming out, but no, we got El Eligado, I don't know, just
Kelly
some
guy. Yeah.
just some long-haired dude. Kind of looks like
Wait.
Cassius Ono.
I have White Boy in a La Parka mask.
Yes,
He is a white boy in a La Parka mask for sure.
And also, this is the fourth time I fell asleep.
Throw it up.
it's the fourth time you fell asleep, but you hit the dance.
I dozed off and woke up for the dance. Don't worry.
He starts doing the dance. He's shaking around. The crowd's going crazy for
Whoa!
this, and
I'm like playing the dance right now.
Yeah,
The
and he
crowd is
starts to-
going wild.
he starts to
Oh.
pull down his pants a little bit to expose.
Yeah, that's the part I saw.
And then Pimpinella says, I'm not going to let this bitch-ass white boy start dancing in front of me like that. So I'm going
She
to...
wanted a piece of that white boy.
So, no, she was dancing on him. And understandably,
Yeah.
he gets a little sweaty and goes, oh, shit. I got Pimpinella on me. So he gets fucking shit-canned right away. But he's too thick. So nothing happens. He just gets right back up. And then everyone else starts trying to get this bitch-ass white boy. And they can't. He's just too fucking thick of a man. I'm not joking when I say it's Cassius Ono level thickness. As Mr.
He's fat.
Iguana fucking bounces off him and then gets hit with a fucking was that a Tiger Driver? Tiger Pile Driver, whatever, Power Bomb. Just
I
kills
have
him.
everyone is doing mid shit written here.
Yes.
So I don't fucking know, dude. I had given up so hard by now.
Heavy
also,
Metal
I've
gets
fallen
shit
asleep
canned.
for the 5th time by now.
Heavy Metal gets thrown out the ring. He's done. I think everybody's in the ring that needs to be here, because you can't go up from that bitch ass white boy as he goes up to the top rope, and they they pull down his pants and they exposes the ass as Martin wakes up.
I missed that. What?
The white
That
boy's
happened?
ass is out there as he gets fucking
my-
pushed over, and then he has to fix it on the ground. I'm honestly
I don't
surprised.
get what his bit is. He's wearing the La Parka mask. He's got like a yin yang on his wiener, and he's got like a Batman symbol on the back of his trunks. I don't.
Yeah.
He really is just a bitch ass white boy.
Yes, true.
Why is he
I
just
mean,
stripping
he's
the
a
whole
geek.
time? Why is he stripping the entire time?
I don't know how he kept his pants on after, because like his whole moon was showing, and like it was about to come out. It just didn't.
And we go crazy.
It didn't come out, so we didn't go crazy. So Charlie Manson gets dumped out by Pimpinella. You can't stop the queen.
Nope.
Fucking Abisma Negra still in there. Tries to get a roll up. Pimpinella reverses that. The crowd goes fucking crazy as she pins him. And now it's on the other side. Antifaz gets the who the fuck was the other guy in the ring? I don't know. He's gone too. But now it's just Antifaz and Pimpinella. The crowd seems to be pretty over on both of them. Honestly, I'm like surprised at how like everyone's so excited for this right now. Because as Martin's been asleep for the 5th time, like I can hear him honk shoeing over there.
Yeah, this is the 6th time I fell asleep.
Oh my
Throw it
god!
up.
Antifaz tries to hit an elbow, does not work. He punches out the ref. Pimpanella's like, I gotta get the crowd behind me. Antifaz kicks her in the penis, which was bullshit. She falls over. She's like, ow, 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 ow. Just kidding. Rolls him up and gets the dub. Pimpinella
Beast
wins.
mode.
The crowd goes fucking nuts. It is the loudest pop of the night by far. And like even for anything else after this, you could just end the show now. Probably would have been a better show.
Yep.
Honestly. It's the most excited everyone gets, honestly.
Yes.
Pimpanella's our queen.
I just wish everybody else wasn't so dog shit.
I know.
And then
Yep.
Pimpinella,
Oh my gosh, wait, I forgot about Pimpanella's music.
Yep. Pimpinella comes out of the ring. She's so happy. There's this big lad. He's smiling from ear to ear. Got a beer in his hand, and he's about to put the moves on Pimpinella. And Pimpinella says, "Yep, I got you, big man," and smooches him, and he's so happy. And then she gets back in the ring. They're celebrating. She's so happy as she gets the motor oil cup, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to
And that
Barbell.
other guy
Oh,
won't
no,
leave the ring. Like, get out of here. This is not your time.
And he
You just got
Faz.
jabronied by the
Yep.
goat, the queen, the everything, Pimpinella Escarlata.
I don't know what she says.
I can tell you.
What'd she say?
She says, "Thank you, because you have always been the ones who have supported me. So thank you so very much." Something along those lines.
And they
Aw.
just
Basically
and they
think
pop
of the
again.
fans.
Yeah, no, they got really happy for her, and like it is a very touching moment of the
In
show.
a dog shit show.
If this was not on the show, and anybody else won, I would say it would be the worst pay per view of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
But
was
it saved
a nice
it.
moment.
Yeah, it really
Mhm.
did. It was really fun.
And as we awake Martin up from his deep slumber for Bree Woo,
Bree woo, bree
Bree
woo.
Woo, Bree Woo.
Yeah, also I got bad news for you about waking up. I dipped out on this promo because it goes way too fucking long.
But Jeff Jarrett's
Throw it up.
here. Come on. I don't know his
Yeah.
promo either because he goes 10 fucking minutes. But he starts throwing tortillas at the crowd and at the widow of AAA. We'll get to her later, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the story, but they keep showing her. But she looks genuinely pretty upset that he's throwing
heat, brother.
tortillas at her.
It's heat, brother. Anyways, these bitch ass white boys do a thing, and then also Satnam Singh proudly flying the Indian flag. That's all I got. This was
So
ass.
what do you think
Oh
about
yeah,
the Indian
yeah.
people?
I
You
forgot.
coward?
Because I actually was just talking about how I want to see more wrestlers from India. And then literally he walks out. I was like, oh my
No, you
God.
don't. No, you do not.
I certainly do. I most certainly do.
Shout out to my king Jinder Mahal.
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
Raj
Jinder
Desi.
Mahal.
Raj Desi. I love Raj
Oh,
Desi.
Raj Desi. I don't know Raj Desi. I'll look
It's
him up,
Jinder
though.
Mahal.
It's a different guy.
Yo,
Different guy, just as bad. Double bald.
Shut up.
Double bald.
Wrong. So we have like another pretty decent match in a bubble as the old men fight. Titan, I want you to tell me about this old man fight.
Oh, yes. So an old man fight happens. It's a 6-man tag match. I kind of had to guess that because I didn't really know what kind of match this was
Wow.
until like it became like 3 against 1 at a time or whatever. So I was like, okay,
You couldn't tell when they came out a different order, and then figure out piece together which one's on which team.
Right, it's a
on.
puzzle. AAA is a puzzle, which actually makes it more engaging. That you have to kind of figure it out on the fly. But so we started with the Dynamite Nueva. Hold on. Oh my gosh.
Generación Dinamita.
Generación I'm butchering
Dinamita.
it, but the Dynamite guys are who come out first, and they are in like their black and white getups. They've got the lucha masks on.
They are
so
the
they're
tag team
masked.
champs as well.
The AEW guys are here.
Yeah.
Oh, they're from AEW. Oh,
No, they're
No.
not.
okay.
No, they're not.
Oh.
It's a
The Dynamite.
Shut up, Nico.
But then we have, because this is not a Royal Rumble anymore, so it's not like every few minutes. Everyone comes out at the beginning. So we've got Dr. Wagner Jr., and he comes out,
The old
and
man.
he's got. Is he old too?
He's
I
like
couldn't
60
really
for
tell.
sure. Did you not
57.
see him get
Oh.
unmasked later as this fucking like suave
That is a
businessman
spoiler,
looking dude?
guys. That is a spoiler.
He looks so fucking like
Yeah, I don't
sick.
think anyone. I don't know that anyone gets unmasked yet, Ty.
Oh, I
I don't think
apologize.
anyone does. Yeah.
Spoiler.
But
Moon
no,
Mother told me.
so he is wearing a mask the whole time, so I couldn't tell he was old. And so he was wearing like a red, white, and green, gold, kind of Cody Rhodes-esque robe,
He's
which
the
I
Mexican
like.
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Exactly. So I love that. And then he paid respects to that wife, the widow. So I like that. I was like, okay, he's like respectful. He kind of like, I think he hugged her or something. I like that greeting.
Wait,
And
widow.
then-
Who's your widow of?
the guy who made AAA.
owner? Yeah. Oh, and then a little bit of background on Dr. Wagner, because I saw that he was Dr. Wagner Jr. So I was like, Dr. Wagner Jr., then who's Dr. Wagner Sr.? And I guess Dr. Wagner Sr. was another luchador, his father, who wrestled for like, I want to say like 2 decades or something like that. But now I'm frantically trying to pull up the
Rookie numbers. You got to boost that shit up to 40.
the AI overview of Dr. Wagner.
Thank you, AI. Thank you. I mean,
Thank you.
they're probably wrong, but
Well, now it's not even popping up, but it's okay. He was basically just a professional luchador, and he wrestled. I think he was active until like 1986, or since like 1966 to 1986. So yeah, about 20 years. And he had 2 sons, one of which being Dr. Wagner Jr. But the other one is actually important because his other son, whose last name ends in Gonzalez, was in Nacho Libre. So in 2005, Dr. Wagner Jr.'s brother appeared in Nacho Libre as some character, I think like some villain. So that's cool. I was like, oh, all right. But he unfortunately died of a heart attack. So that was actually really sad. So that's a little background on Dr. Wagner Jr.'s family, because I needed to know. And then we have some old men, or just the old man of the night, Negro Casa. Is it Casas or Casa?
Casas.
Negro Casa comes out. And honestly, when I first saw him, he didn't seem like an old man because he has the long hair. And I was like, oh, he's like full of energy. Once he kind of gets close up, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. He's an elder, but he still is full of energy. He's got this white getup. I love it. And so when everyone gets to the ring, I'm probably missing someone coming out, but it's okay. I think the other people are 666. What's oh man, hold on. I'm pulling up my Hi,
Well,
what's the
let's pull-
666 guy's name?
Oh,
Bestia.
Bestia or Bestia.
Bestia.
Okay, Bestia. Yeah, Bestia, and then I know that Tigre Blanco is out as well.
Yep.
Yeah. I just forgot to write about his actual entrance.
So,
But oh yeah. Oh, did
so
you say something?
here's my question. Watch the match.
Yeah.
You got these two legends that are widely respected and beloved.
Mm.
So, like, who's the babyface and who's the heel? Because I couldn't really pick it up on it in the match.
Oh, well, I feel like it ends up being Dr. Wagner, but at first, well, yeah, no, I think it just ends up being Dr. Wagner, but because I feel like the crew that the old man has with him, they're just a little more antagonistic. So yeah, I'd say he's the baby face.
Yeah.
But there's first a face off between Negro Casas
Hold on,
and
Taina. I got
Oh.
something for you. You mentioned
Go
the guy
ahead.
that was in Nacho Libre, but you didn't mention that Dr. Wagner Jr.'s brother, Silver King, was a part of WCW 2000. So this is how we
he was a part of WCW.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
Silver
my
King. Yeah.
God. The connections.
Yeah, no,
I
this
didn't
is...
realize.
Wagner Jr.'s grandfather. That's right. Honus Wagner. Ty, throw up his
Throw-
baseball reference page.
Throw him up.
Throw it up.
What?
There
This
he
is
is.
a famous family, apparently.
Oh yeah.
A family of. I was trying to think of the Spanish word for famous. Isn't it famoso? Famoso.
Honus Wagner, my favorite Hispanic. Ty, throw it up again.
Throw it up.
Throw it up.
Are you streaming something?
No.
Oh,
We're talking to Editor Ty in the future.
oh, I see. I forgot we could communicate
Editor
with him.
Ty, I'm
Okay,
sleepy.
okay.
He's gonna put them up, or else we're gonna put him back in the device.
Editor Ty, put up Honus Wagner in the V mask. There he is.
Beast mode.
Help.
So,
Basically, so there's a yeah. Oh, who's that? Nico?
I was
Oh,
gonna
wait.
say, just to say, this is a match that matters to many people who are none of us. I guess, because, like, I mean, these legends aren't legends like we really grew up around. Like, you know, there's respect there, but, like, outside the fact they're legends, I guess, Taina, tell us what's going on in this match. What are the
Oh
feelings?
yeah. So there's Negro Casas and Dr. Wagner, which I thought Wagner was younger, so I thought it was kind of old man versus younger man, not young, but nope, it's two old men, and they have some nice chops between the two. I love a good chop, and they basically kind of what's it? Dr. Wagner, I guess, backs off of the old man at some point. But then goes in again doing this insane move, a move I haven't seen ever, where he gets Negro Casas on his belly, so he's like laying flat, and he like picks up his like he steps on his thighs basically, and like
surfboard.
pulls back
Yeah.
his arms. Yeah, and then like rolls back, where then like Negro Casas is like sitting on his feet. It's a very strange move. I love it though. It was very unique, and I had not ever seen that. Does that have a name? Did you say that, Ty?
I think it's surfboard, right? Yeah, but he
Yeah,
like counters it by
Surfboard, okay.
standing on his fucking thighs, which incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, so he surfboards, and that was really cool, especially again for two old men. And then the what's it called? Negro Casas like flips him into a hold, or flips Wagner into a hold. But I think that he makes it to like the ropes and gets out of it. Then more chops, more slaps. So a lot of chops. Honestly, like the majority of this match is slaps and chops, which I enjoy. So I wasn't mad about it. And then Negro Casas is kind of trying to get Wagner's mask off the entire time. And he, tries it the first time around whatever timestamp I'm talking about right now. And then, oh, wait, hold on. Let me see what happens next. Oh, then some other guys jump in finally. Because I don't know, the Wagner Negro Casa stuff goes on for kind of a while.
It's the only thing
And
people
then
care about.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that makes sense. But then finally Tigre Blanco comes out, the Dynamite guys comes out, one of them at least, and they have this really, I felt it was a really like athletic fight. So they just like have these cool moves, one of which is them both like, I don't know if it's called just like a drop kick, I guess. They both try to drop kick each other and they miss. Loved it. And then they both like, what is it called when they jump up onto their 2 feet? What is that move called?
Jump up on their 2 feet?
Like they're on the ground laid out and then you
Kip
jump
up.
Kip
up
up.
like you're a
Kip up.
superhero.
Yeah.
Kick up?
Kip up.
Kip up.
Kip up.
KIP.
Kip up. Okay, so yeah, they both miss some drop kicks and then they kip up and it looks great. They look great. They just look very athletic and spry compared to the old men that we just saw.
They're trying
Even
their
though
best.
the moves, yeah, like it kind of comes out like a bullet though, because you just saw kind of some slower stuff, a lot of chops and stuff, and then these two just are whoa. The age difference is very apparent. And then we're kind of doing a lot of acrobatics. Bestia 666 comes out with one of the Dynamite guys. I believe it's the one with the white pants, but I can't really remember.
That's just in all black.
Yeah, Bestia's in all black, but he like starts fighting one of the Dynamite guys. So I can't remember which one it was. And then at some point they all start ganging up on Dr. Wagner Jr. Wagner or Wagner?
I say Wagner because I think it's Wagner, yeah.
Okay, Wagner. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Wagner Jr. gets beat up by everyone. And then they turn their attention and chops to Tigre Blanco. And there's a really cool move where 3 of them, and I cannot remember who the 3 are, but they do this like triple sliding kick. I don't know if it's called like a baseball slide or something.
That's right.
But okay, yeah. It was really cool. And so honestly, you know, this whole pay-per-view sucks. This match was pretty
It's fine in a bubble.
enough. Yeah, exactly. So I'm getting a decent amount out of it. It's not like the best thing I've ever seen, but it was fun. But yeah, so what else happens? Let me see.
Oh, did you get beat 666 doing the old man cane thing?
Oh, was it when they jumped on the old man while they were holding him?
It was like when they were about to. Like, Bestia steps in the ring, and he just kind of, like, you know, arches a little bit and shakes his hand like a cane, like making fun of Negro Casas.
Oh, that's fun. No, I didn't know. I didn't realize that. I didn't really... Oh, I must have missed that, I guess. But that's funny. So he's making fun of the old man. Oh.
Yeah, he's making fun of it for being old. He's getting the heel heat.
I love it. Yeah, and then at some point they do some kind of move on I believe it's Negro Casas. I'm doing a terrible job of recapping this without knowing everyone's names. And
yeah, it's tough.
There. Yeah,
to be
but
honest, it's one of the better ones. So.
Yeah. But they do this cool move where they're holding the old man, where like he's kind of just floating in the air, wrapped around some other wrestler, and someone jumps on him. So that was cool. Love when the announcers scream "ouch." I love it. It's
ouch.
Just it's hilarious. Ouch. And then Tigre Blanco and 666 kind of have a fight. They do a lot of chopping, but Tigre Blanco is pretty dynamic. Like he's doing some athletic things. He drop kicks someone every time someone drop kicks. I want to call it a Maven, but I know that
you
Maven
can call
is
it
just
that. No, you can call
my
it the
favorite.
Yeah, it's your show.
You can say the
666 Mavens, some Tigre Blanco Mavens from the ropes, and it's a great move. And then Wagner finally gets some revenge against the other crew, like of Negro Casas and the 2 Dynamite guys, by flipping them all on their backs. Really cool. And then Dr. Wagner starts biting Negro Casas at some point. I think
bites his nose.
Just,
yeah.
Yeah, he's an animal. So that was fun. And it reminded me of Kevin Owens biting Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber like street match. And then let's see. There's still another face off with a bunch of chops with Tigre Blanco and one of the Dynamites. And then Tigre does a cool leg move, which I don't remember. I don't know what it was called, but he does like a cool leg move off the ropes that takes the other guy down, one of the Dynamites. And I personally love Tigre's athleticism, and he's just, I don't know, he seems to be more tall than the other one, so like he just looked cool in the ring and kind of took up space, and I really enjoyed watching him do his moves. And then oh my gosh, I guess the big like moment in the match is Negro Casas tries to unmask Wagner, and he succeeds. So the spoiler Ty gave earlier, I was lying. It was true. I wanted to trick you guys to not spoil it, but it was true.
I apologize.
Yeah. The rumors came to fruition because we see Dr. Wagner Jr. and it's crazy. He holds up the mask and everything. And I personally have never, because I've never seen any really other than like one match or two, maybe like 2 or 3 Luchador Underground matches. I've never seen the whole unmasking a luchador. Like I've seen a little attempt here and there, but yeah, it was cool. And then I don't know, I guess some people are still fighting. Tigre's fighting, 666 is fighting someone. There's some cool spin move from one of the Dynamite guys toward the end on 666 that I liked. But some surprise people come out wielding like sticks at the kind of toward the end, and I thought they were coming to save 666. I might have been wrong about that, but some guy comes running out. This is like aside from the guys with sticks. There's a lot of interference to push it. So to be honest, if you're confused watching it, we're out too. Yeah, I had no clue who these people were. Like I did not know who the people with sticks were. I didn't know anything.
So, are you talking about the 2 guys coming in with sticks in the red shirt, like the black and red shirts?
Yeah, so the black and red.
I think they're Bestia 666's buddies.
Okay.
To which somebody who's feuding with Bestia, apparently they're going to have a cage match, got in, and then he started fighting Bestia 666.
Oh, yeah. And was his name like Lobo or something with a wolf? Because he definitely howls like a wolf on the ropes or something, so... Yeah.
Yeah, so that whole thing was to set up their cage match.
I see. Okay. That makes sense then. So yeah, that happens at the very end to, I guess, set up the cage match. So that's cool. And then Wagner wins in the end by rolling Negro Casas into a pin. So that actually surprised me. I thought with how much love Negro Casas was getting, I really thought he was going to win.
Well, almost. So what happened was Negro Casas got the pin, but one of the AEW Dynamite guys kind of messes with the ref, which gives Dr. Wagner Jr. enough time to flip it and get the pin.
Yes, I forgot about that interference. You're right. You're right.
The camera blew this shot completely.
Yeah, it did. The camera work was bad. I barely caught it. Re-reviewing it right now, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was in the end, I guess Wagner did it, but there was definitely a lot of interference here. And then he and I have written here that he and some of the Dynamite people kick the shit out of Negro Casas. But wait, why? But I thought Dynamite was on Negro Casas' side. What the hell?
Fuck it. Who cares?
No.
They don't.
Yeah. No, I think they betrayed him. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then that happens at the end, and then they have some promo, which I didn't have the captions or the translations at the time I watched, so I'm not sure what they were talking about. But I loved Wagner's voice, so that's kind of how that match went. But if anyone knows the translations, you can talk about that.
I gotta say, Dr. Wagner should lose the mask. I think it's such a better look.
He
He's
didn't
a good
give
looking
a
guy.
fuck that they took his mask, by the
Dude,
way. He
dude,
was,
Oh
okay.
shit! Beans.
He looks like a muscled up doctor. Like he's going to small villages to save the kids with his medicine, but he's also fighting the bad guys in Lucha Libre.
The thing is, most of these guys are hot under the
That's
mask.
true.
It is
It's
true.
fucked up. Also,
That's why I need to see Penta. Oh, I need to see Penta.
also, this match sucks.
Yep.
Lore important, because this happens in every single match. I'm not bringing it up again. All of these go, 3 guys kick one guy in the ribs for 10 straight minutes and nothing happens. Then a bunch of weirdos run out and do some weird stuff and then die. And then the match ends. This is how they all go. This show sucked. Speaking of suck, Nick Nemeth.
No, don't do that.
Well, before Nemeth comes out, you get Vikingo, and he's like, I can't do it no more. My freaking injuries suck. Here's my belt. So now we have no champ, and this is for the belt.
He got his right knee jabronied big time at some other indie show. I guess towards ACL or something. But still continued to be the champion from that point until tonight, where he came out with the suit, the drip, and the knee brace, and was like, "Oh, okay, here you go." And then cuts a promo. Nico, do we know what he said?
What, Negro?
Vikingo.
Oh, Vikingo. Sorry, I was still on the Negro match.
No.
Because that was just stupid. That was basically like, I challenge you again.
Well, we'll never
Even
see
though-
that
Yeah.
again. We'll never see that.
I love an old man fight.
Nothing on Vikingo.
Like I said, I was a little behind on it. So
Oof, ouch, my ass.
I'd have to
Anyway.
catch
My
up.
butt hurts.
He said, "I got jabronied big time."
Penis
Yeah,
surgery.
so there was so much more to that thing. I thought we were still watching it.
Oh well, I mean, like I thought it was funny. He Wagner again went to go to the widow of Mr. AAA, and then a kid like gave him a pen, and he's like, "What do you want me to sign? What do you want me to sign?" And the kid's like, "No, the pen is for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks." Like, fuck you, kid, stupid kid. Bring something for me to sign.
I don't want to hear about
I'm Dr.
old men
Wagner,
anymore.
goddammit.
I want to hear about old men.
Oh,
I want to hear about white boys, bitch ass white boys.
dude. This is the bitchiest white boy
It's
ever.
the Fed.
I swear.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
like the production value of the show is terrible because then, like, oh, okay, we get the wide shot of Negro Casas leaving, and like Dr. Wagner's like taking pictures and stuff with people, and then they like cut to a like promo, like a video package, like promoting the show, like, oh, we're in this big stadium, whatever. And they like show like the build up quote unquote to these matches. And I thought this was like, oh, they're going to explain why the Mega Championship is on the line, and it's not including the champion. That's where they show Vikingo getting jabronied, and he breaks his leg. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. And then they just cut to, like, other stuff. And I'm like, oh, this isn't a video package
have to
for the
learn
Mega
about
Championship. Well, a little bit of it is, because then, like, oh, Patron and Nick Nemeth, do a thing. And then, oh, there's Vampiro and Conan and whatever else, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, what is this video package? They didn't do anything at the beginning, so this probably should have been there, and they just forgot. And then we come back out of the video package on the other side, and they didn't turn the audio back on in the stadium. So they're just showing the widow. They're bringing out, like, pictures and, like,
Oh, that's when that
tribute
happened?
things
Okay, yeah.
for Mr. AAA. And she has the urn of Mr. AAA. And they come out and they do a little dance around her with like pictures of Mr. AAA on the like banners and stuff.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah. And then the host, the MC of the night, the guy that's wearing a AAA like baseball jersey, comes out and he's on the mic for a while, and then more people come out. Do we have anything on this?
No, fuck no. I have
No,
no idea.
I've never heard you want to talk about a match less. I have been etching for
fucker.
weeks for you to try to fucking defend this match. Just
He's
goddamn
talking about
talk
FIFA.
about it.
I
don't
am
care
never
about
going to defend
FIFA.
this.
I care about
was
Nick
in the
Nemeth.
trenches.
No,
I watched this. I hated it. I thought I was out. Ty pulled me back in. I was very adamant this entire past 2 weeks. I didn't want to watch
he helped
this
me.
show.
He brought up the other stuff I didn't want to talk about.
I am gonna derail this show.
But it's okay because we
With as
got a
much
title
production
match. We got to
value
figure
as
out who's the
AAA
champ
has,
of the
which is
Widow.
0.
No, who cares? We got FIFA.
Fuck you, Nico.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to hear about
FIFA.
this Nick Nemeth Alberto El Patron match.
You don't. Nobody cares. We got to talk about FIFA.
We need to know who our
2026.
champion is.
Interference.
Look, they're in a baseball stadium. We're talking about soccer, okay? Fuck is this Nick Nemeth? This is Mexico.
If I don't hear
Cool.
if I don't hear one talk about Zigzag, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Who? Who?
You don't need to
You
know.
mean Nick Namath?
Yes.
Hey, we are in the Sultan Stadium, okay? The
Hell,
Sultan's
talk about the
baseball-
match.
Eventually, they
Alright.
get done yapping about soccer, and then Vikingo
Yeah.
comes out. He holds up the belt and he gives it to this fat old referee, who passes it off to a less old, less fat referee in the ring. And then the boy, the quirkiest white boy of the century, Nick Nemeth, comes out.
He's here to show the world. He's here to show the world. Come
no,
on!
no, different songs.
Bring
I
it
don't know what song
on!
it plays, but it's different. But he will show the world regardless. He comes out, probably wore that gear at an NXT show. He doesn't have his space boots anymore. What the hell are we doing here?
I love Raw Down icon Nick Nemeth.
Yeah. So,
Bitch ass white boy.
you want me to go over Vikingo stuff?
No!
You have it.
No.
Why not?
It's too late. Don't derail, Nico. I'm gonna mute you.
what the fuck?
Alberto of the Patron
Let him
comes
do
out.
about
all
the
this
match.
Fuck you.
They just wouldn't get it, Nico. But
No, you know
No.
what? Fuck you. First Mexican to beat Kenny Omega, shitting on him.
What are you
Broke
talking
his
about?
ass anyway.
Alberto comes out looking real chunky. He comes out in the fucking dictator special with the green
God.
cargos on.
Yeah.
He looks
And
so
then he-
fucking bad.
He looks terrible. He takes some guy's Mexican flag and starts waving it around, and then gives it to a different guy.
Where's
that guy's
at?
out a Mexican flag. And then he takes off all the cargo, and he is still gonna wrestle with a T-shirt. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing?
Bro, you know exactly what that means.
God.
Listener at home.
You ain't got the League of Nations body no more, that's for sure.
Yeah, listener at home, when we make fun of somebody for wrestling in a shirt, it's usually if you wrestle in a shirt, you're fat. And if you used to wrestle without a shirt and now you do, it means you are horrifically out of shape and probably drunk.
Oh my god, I see
Yep.
love handles.
Probably drunk.
1,000,000%. And this shirt is actually like 3 sizes too small.
Yeah.
Like, it is like riding up big time, and he never takes it off through the whole thing.
No.
It's bad. I don't know who's buying this shitty merch, but they're doing their best. This match, I gotta say, definitely banged like 10 years ago, and that was because it only went 2 minutes. These guys definitely have had their moment in the sun. My goat, Nick Nemeth, I have to admit, he is my washed king.
Look, here's the thing.
He's
He's
the
still the best
original.
wrestler
He's the
on this show. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real.
Yeah.
Pimpinella.
Yeah.
Nick Mammoth is realistically the most talented guy on the whole show, which, not to anybody's discredit, he's just a high level. Like, Alberto El Patron can't even throw a kick.
No.
No, they try. Look, a lot of this match is working the corner. Is Alberto working punches and kicks in the corner, and then they work the corner on the outside as well.
Like, he's definitely looking chunkier, and he's not moving like he used to, but, like, he is so gassed out in this.
Instantly.
Yeah, it was
He's
like
instantly gassed.
No, yeah, he cannot go, dude. Like, and it looks like it's terrible too watching it because again, the shirt is just riding up, so his fat little baby belly just keeps like riding up to it. It just looks really embarrassing. Like, just take it off. Just take it off. Just lean into
Be
it.
like Super
You're washed.
Callow and just have it out. Have it all out there.
Everyone else on this show is fat. You might
I think
as well.
the worst part is that, like, he doesn't even look that bad, but he's already gassed out. So like clearly he's just not training, or he's fucking doing dumb shit the night before or something. Because like it's kind
No,
of ridiculous.
he's got to be drunk, dude, because he
No,
like goes up to the top rope to go for like an axe handle,
Yeah.
and my washed goat Dolph hits him with a drop kick, and then we need a minute of Alberto trying to catch his breath because he just jumped from the top rope and fell over.
Yeah.
Which is fine because Nemeth then hits the white boy taunt, and then he hits the 5 elbow drops of doom for a 2.1 kick out from Alberto
El Patron.
Del Drunk. He was
Del
drinking
Drunk.
that Patron, I swear.
Yeah, that's right.
This was a bad showing for Alberto. I forgot his finishing move was an armbar.
The cross
I
arm
was like,
breaker.
oh.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, right. So I'm like, oh, okay, that was like neat. Like they go over the rope and he puts Dolph in the armbar. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But then he keeps going for it. I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, he used to do that. And I'm glad I haven't really heard of or thought about Alberto El Patron in the decade he's been away from the Fed, because he was bad there too. His best thing was his theme music.
Shout out.
I didn't know
Roberto.
this match was no disqualification because Nick Nemeth just pulls out a table and sets it up in the corner. They do like a fake out where he like he tries to clothesline Alberto into the table, and then he like doesn't go through the table,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
Nick tries putting him in the zigzag, and he tosses it off and he throws him out of the ropes. That sick fuck Alberto throws a beer at my quirky white boy.
Oh yeah.
And he really nails him with it too, because Dolph is like, it's like, ah shit, it's actually in my eyes. And then he throws a second one at him. Fuck you, man. And then he sets up another table in the ring, and
Another
they
fucking
work the
table.
guardrail for a while. It's just not good. We're getting rest holds in the middle of a championship match. What are we doing here?
In a championship match where the previous champion is fucking Vikingo.
Yeah.
And now we have this fucking shit where they can't even set up a table correctly, and even when they do get it off, they can't fucking break the table. It's just a fucking disaster all around.
Yep. Alberto tries tuning up the band and going for a super kick, but Dolph evades it and then hits his own for an uninspired 2 count. And then Alberto starts working Nick Nemeth's arm. He gives him like a shotgun kick, and Dolph somehow hits a famouser, only for a 2 count. And then he tries going for the zigzag after Alberto gets up. But then finally, Alberto gets him in the cross armbar, or arm breaker, or whatever, where Dolph gets a rope break. I don't understand what's going on. Tables are in the match, but rope break is okay. Maybe they were counting out. I don't know the rules for AAA. And after tonight, I will not care or revisit this at all.
We'll do an annual rewatch of this specific pay-per-view.
Wow, we have 2 other nights.
Absolutely.
Woo, can't wait.
Are we watching the other 2 nights?
No.
No.
God.
Alberto sets up a table near a turnbuckle, the second table that he introduced, and Nick Nemeth tries leg dropping him through it, but Alberto counters him with a power bomb. But the table doesn't break because this looks like a real ass table. So Nick Nemeth is just dead on the table, and then Fat Al has to climb the turnbuckle and give him a leg drop, and then they kind of go through it.
It mostly just slides out from under them.
The table bends and falls over. That's the best they can afford. They can't gimmick the tables, brother. They already stole them from their Walmart.
They forgot. Oh dear.
Hey, I'm shooting hard, all right?
Oh,
Enough.
my.
Well, the tables, they come out of Alberto's March sales. So Alberto just stole a table from Walmart.
Oh my
He wanted
At a
tables
time-
in this. Well, the problem is that Alberto can't give anybody any credit. So by the time this match is over, be like, "Oh, but 2 tables," Oh, spoiler! Yeah, well, fuck it. He goes through the other table too.
But not really. It also doesn't break.
Does any table break?
They didn't gimmick
No.
anything about these tables. They're full ass metal reinforced tables. They're just real tables.
Yep.
They tried going through them. This shit's ass. Dolph eventually puts Alberto El Fat in his own arm breaker. But then Alberto somehow manages to pick up this 180-pound white boy and give him a terrible power bomb to counter it and get out of it.
Mhm.
He tries clotheslining Dolph through that other table, but Dolph gets out of the way, and so Alberto just falls into the other one that also doesn't break. Dolph hits a zigzag for an uninspired 2 count. And this is obviously a moment where I see, like, he's really doing this, huh? My white boy king, Dolph Ziggler, now known as Nick Nemeth, is
Just
so
doing
washed. This used to mean something to me, man. And Alberto has no impactful moves. Dolph tries his best. He, like, throws him over the rope and stuff, and, like, Dolph, like, sells getting thrown out of the ring, and but Alberto has no moves. Alberto doesn't do anything. He has no move set. His finishing move is a submission. Like, and then he, like, while Dolph is out in the ring reeling from getting thrown out of the ring, he pretends that he's gonna go out and do a tope suicida. Like, no, you're not. I don't believe you. And Dolph calls his bluff because he throws a beer at him, and then Alberto falls into the ref, and then Nick gets back into the ring and kicks Alberto El Fat in the nuts, and hits him with a devious 1-2-3 count. White Boy is our new AAA mega champion.
Wow.
Oh,
And it's given to him by Mrs. AAA.
Yep.
Crazy.
I love that.
Oh, he is trying to get some time in, if you know what I mean.
White Boy
no.
raising up that beautiful queen.
Queen.
And he high fives everybody, takes pictures with it. He's like holding the belt up.
Yeah.
He gets up on the turnbuckle. He's showing it off. He loves holding it. He loves having it. And Alberto's just dead on the ground for all of it. It's so hilarious. Like, yeah, dude, you got kicked in the nuts and it killed you. Like, that's the one thing I can relate to with Alberto. So if I got kicked in the nuts, I would be dead.
Yeah. It only gets funnier as his kids come in the ring.
Oh,
Crying.
Stupid kids.
And this is where he takes the shirt off.
Oh my god. Wow.
why did they do that?
Somebody who I think is maybe his, like, girlfriend. I don't know. She looks much younger than Alberto,
I
so
don't know, is she a 20-year-old coke addict? If so, probably.
yeah, that seemed like it.
Cool.
But yeah, we had a long shot. Alberto's just sitting there, with his kids, and his one daughter just keeps playing on her iPhone. I was like, go, girl! Fuck this jabroni shit. Get out of the business as quick as you can, please. Become like an accountant or something.
So,
Be better than your fucking drunk, fucking drug-addicted father who's bad at wrestling.
I'm trying to find his girlfriend.
You shouldn't.
Yeah,
No,
everything.
You'll just find police reports.
Oh yeah. So
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's like an asshole.
oh yeah. So everything Joe said was correct. All of that said, this is the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Match of the night.
Nah,
Yeah.
no way. This sucked.
This was terrible.
So did
I
I.
honestly
No.
thought the women's match is still the best match. Like,
So,
Dolph tried, but Patron can't move.
Okay, but nobody else in this whole fucking show can move.
No,
It's true.
no. The women
Look,
can
this
move.
is Nick Nemeth having a
Awesome.
bad Fed main event, like the show, not the actual like main event of Raw by himself. But it's still good enough to be better than everything else on this show. Because I can also laugh at Alberto El Fat being fat.
I will give it this. I love that he wore the shirt all the way up to the kids' spot. Like,
Look, what is the purpose? What is the character you're building where you finally realize you're, like, washed and a shitty person and you can finally take off that shirt that's 3 sizes too small
in front of your kids to be closer.
in front of your kids, and one of them doesn't care. She's actively on her phone, like, playing fucking Candy Crush.
Yeah.
I guess this match is good because the asshole gets beat. So I'm glad about that.
Yeah.
And he's just
I mean-
he's a crying mess in the end, so we get to laugh at him.
Yeah. I love how the commentators are like, look at Dolph smiling as Alberto and his kids are like crying. And it's like,
Dolph holding the white boy Gaijin in Mexico, holding up the belt for the company, and also an American flag, and he's still getting cheered because everybody knows Alberto El Fat is a stupid idiot who can't work.
Real.
yeah.
And white boys stay up.
Yes, sir.
Team America.
Yes,
Now
sir.
USA
America. Fuck yeah.
against Canada South.
What? Oh, is that? Oh, that's what? Is that a meme?
Maybe.
Canada South.
Check out
I
our
think that
review
was
of Victory
that.
Road.
Oh, okay.
Tune in now on the You Don't Have to Do This YouTube channel. You don't have to do this podcast network. You don't have to do this family.
Like an hour 20 in
show.
talking about come watch our shows. I hope you're. I mean, like the only person that's gonna be listening to this is probably me, Martin, and Alex.
What's up, Alex?
Hey, what up, Alex?
Hey, what's up?
Our
Hey,
number
Alex.
one fan.
And then after
Nice to meet you.
the Mega Championship match ends, there is still somehow an hour and 15 minutes left of the show.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
hopefully
God.
not an hour and 15 minutes left of this podcast you're listening to.
As we dive into the 8-man tag match, Team USA has these quality men on it: Satnam Singh from AEW, QT Marshall from AEW,
Beef.
Ooh.
the future Brock Lesnar that never became Brock Lesnar, Parker Boudreaux,
Not a beast.
Ooh.
and then
Ooh, I
Corey
don't know
Graves'
who that
brother, Sam Adonis.
Not a beast.
Ooh.
And you got Team Mexico, which has Laredo Kid. Is he any of promotion or
yeah,
Laredo
I think
Kid
it
is-
was.
been
Been
around?
on AEW before?
And you got the Latin American champion, Octagon Jr., Psycho Clown, and Murder Clown. And Psycho Clown is all trying to mac up on that wife, I swear to God. He's got a weird fucking skull mask. I don't know. Murder Clown looks fucking ridiculous. And essentially, this whole match boils down to how do we get Satnam Singh to just stand there and do nothing while we try to do a lot of stuff to him? That's pretty much the
Hey.
whole match.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got news for you about his AEW career, too.
Oh, okay. Cool. The only highlight I can remember,
every day.
because we're not going to talk about this match. I'm sorry. Satnam Singh stood outside. Laredo Kid goes, I got this. And he kind of tries to headbutt him with a suicide dive and kind of misses it and just falls down, just flat on his face on the ground. And then
He
I think,
almost speared his neck.
and then
Like,
Octagon
he
Jr.
should be...
Yeah. My bad. I interrupted you.
No, you didn't. I interrupted you.
Okay,
Great
so
content. Keep it in.
Octagon
Keep all of
Jr.
it in.
jumps and does another suicide dive, but this time he actually connects with Satnam, and Satnam does not move a single bit. So Laredo or Octagon Jr. just kind of bounces off and flies away.
That was sick.
It was awesome, awesome spot. And then Murder Clown's like, "I got this," and so he tries to get off the ropes, but then the nasty Americans stop him. He didn't get his big moment. And then they had this shot of Murder Clown and fucking Satnam Singh standing next to each other. Crazy. Insane. He is so big. Satnam compared to Murder
Two
Clown.
legends.
Dude, how tall is Murder Clown? It says, there's no way he's 6'5". That's crazy.
I mean, Sandom's a real, 7'2", isn't he?
7'4", isn't he? Is he 7'2"? 7'2"? Yeah, he's 7'2". And
God.
match was fucking nonsense. Just a bunch of fucking shit spots at their shit spots where we get Satnam getting the dub for America.
That's right.
As he should. Jeff
He
Jarrett
predicted
celebrates.
the H-1B crisis.
Stop.
Once again, we get a table spot where the table doesn't break
Yes.
at the finish of the match.
Oh,
I have one sequence recorded for this whole match, and at one point I have white boys with more strikes on clown. I have never seen more nothing strikes in one show. Is everyone drunk?
they did bring
Also, I
out the
thought
fucking
one of these
trash
guys
can.
was. I also thought one of these guys was Dexter Loomis. He's not.
Is it Parker Boudreaux?
No, I
Oh,
know
no,
who
it's Sam
Parker
Adonis.
Boudreaux is.
It's Bordeaux.
Yes.
Come on.
Come on. You know what? Where's our French wrestling league we need to watch?
It is Parker Boudreaux, by the way. I
Is
watched
it
Prada.
Boudreaux?
Yes. I had to put up with this nothing cracker for like 2 months.
It's okay. NXT also had him. Just kind of
Oh yeah,
bald.
dude, him and that
Joe
other
Gacy.
geeked up tatted guy that were the proto Mogul Embassy or whatever.
Wait.
That shit was bad.
Wait, no, there's a spot we missed. Martin, did you talk about the shitty... It wasn't a table, but they had just like a piece of wood in between two chairs. And Satnam tried to choke slam him through, and it didn't... He just kind of fell back and kind of broke his head through it, but didn't go through it.
Yeah.
That was the
the
finish.
finish.
Yeah. The shitty-ass
what about all
fucking
the
plywood.
unmasking?
Did they unmask them
Oh,
all?
sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
they did unmask them all. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They ripped their head
They
off.
literally took all of them. Yep. It was crazy.
These...
Also, who was the girl that ran in and just started beating Jeff Jarrett's
That
ass?
was
and
Fabi
this whole team
Apache.
just-
Oh, yes!
And all of Jeff Jarrett's friends just stood there like, huh, alright.
Well,
What's her name again?
he kind of deserved it because he was throwing tortillas at Mrs. AAA, and then she threw
Yeah.
a beer at him.
Yep. He totally deserved it. What was her name again? Fabi?
Fabi Apache, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I that because I didn't see the women's match at the beginning, so this is like the only women's wrestler I saw all like for a while, I guess, and so I was like, whoa, like who is this? I love her, and like yeah, it was great.
And
And
she
now-
beats Jeff Jarrett's ass and then runs away. And also, the fat clown did body slam Satnam. That was cool.
Yeah, so now it's time for the main event. This is all about Vampiro. The show's all about him, his legacy. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vampiro.
Okay,
Wow.
so here's what you got to know about Vampiro. Also, that 8-man tag was one of the worst matches I've ever seen. And this one I'm about to talk about is 2.58 points lower on Cage Match. So I have a note that says, how can this get worse? It's not a worse match, but it is much more evil. So here's the thing about Vampiro. To bring it down for a second, Vampiro has dementia. Legitimate dementia, and they let him wrestle. So here's what basically happens in this match. I'm not going to go through all of it because it's terrible. But I'm pretty sure what happened is Vampiro immediately forgot anything that was supposed to happen, and the other 5 people involved had to make up their own match on the fly. Like, I have to assume that's what happened.
Because there's no
Because,
way.
man, have I ever seen a match with just nothing happening like in this, but okay. So we start out, Vampiro's cutting a promo, it's in Spanish. My son's like, hey guys, I'm Vampiro, thank you. Love me. And they go, yes, we do, Vampiro, thank you. And he's got a fat guy and a clown, who I have written as Vampiro Fat and Vampiro Clown. And then there's a bunch of guys that have Secta written on their shirts,
No.
so their names are all Secta.
Hold on. Do you know who that fat guy is, the Messias? El Messias?
No.
Okay. So this is also very important that I'm going to have to derail for you. This is Judas Messias from Wrestling Society X.
Fuck yeah.
This
All
is a Wrestling Society X reunion in this main event.
Thank God.
That is
What?
no muertes.
Listeners, when we pick back up with 2006, so in like, I don't know, 2028, we will do Wrestling Society X. Don't worry. It's coming. We've been teasing it for 4 years.
This is my
But
moment.
anyway, yeah, Vampiro is like, hello, yes, thank you, I am Vampiro, please love me. And then Secta just start kicking him in the ribs. And just kicking him in the ribs repeatedly. He eventually leaves, and Judas Messias comes in, and they kick him in the ribs. He rolls out, Vampiro comes back in, forgets what he's supposed to do, and just runs to a corner, and then gets kicked in the ribs. And some other guy that also has a Secta shirt on comes down with a shopping cart that has a bag in it. for no apparent reason, this isn't mentioned for a while. Blah, blah, blah. People just get beat up for a whole long time. I have... Literally the first move I have written down is, I think, 6 minutes into this match. So it's just Sekta kicking Vampiro and his friends in the ribs. And then Vampiro gets hit in the back with the chair for some reason, and he runs away. Blah, 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 blah. This match was so bad. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Vampiro at one point starts choking a guy on the outside with the camera cable. Judas Macias clotheslined one of the Sekta guys into the crowd, and then while he's in the crowd, he just starts hugging random audience members. Like, fuck yeah, dude. He's like, yeah, thanks, guys. He forgets who's in a match, and then he comes back in. Now we get the shopping cart being taken into play because fat Judas Macias now grabs it and just starts ramming one of the Sekta guys on the floor with it a whole bunch of times. Clown Vampiro puts a chair in it, and then Judas Macias and Clown Vampiro just wheel it to their side of the ring. And then the match stops, and everybody just stands around talking to each other openly. Like, no taunt spamming, no anything. They're just openly having some kind of conversation for, what, like a good 45 seconds?
Yeah.
Like, they're just standing there talking to each other, which I have never seen in a wrestling match. There is no pretending like they're going to do any kind of wrestling. So as they kill that entire concept, again, I'm pretty sure this is where they're like, hey, Vampiro can't do anything. We need to come up with an entire match on our own. This is a 16-minute match, for those of you at home, starring a man that has dementia and shouldn't be here. Now Judas Macias goes to a shopping cart spot, but he just slowly runs it into a chair one of the Sekta guys is holding, then they stand around talking again for a minute. And then everybody gets back into their corners and do nothing again for several minutes. Vampiro now comes back in, and the crowd starts chanting. Everyone just taunt spam instead of actual fighting. Sekta is now hitting Vampiro very, very lightly, because I think they're scared at this point that he might die in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And fair.
Fair. Vampiro fires up for a second, but then gets put in a full Nelson. Avoids it, goes to hit the ropes, almost fucking trips and dies. It's a horrible clothesline. Then he bounces off of the ropes and actually hits a spinning heel kick, which was crazy. Somehow, I've seen, like, people have fucked this up on the show, and somehow Vampiro does it. Now he leaves, more taunt spamming, because there's a lot of time killing in this match from here on out. Just so much taunt spamming. Blah, 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 that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. None of this fucking matters as I'm reading my notes here. Judas Macias eats a spear. That means nothing. Now we start getting into the finish of the match, and I'm skipping probably 10 minutes of this, I'm gonna be honest, because there's nothing to talk about. It's just strikes. It's the same thing I talked about where three of a team are in the ring, and then the other team, one person slowly rolls in and gets kicked in the ribs, and then they taunt spam and they kick him in the ribs again. It's awful, folks. So one of the Sekta men somehow gets tax. I think they were in the shopping cart. I really don't know, but there's now tax in the ring. We start getting music, and a very old, very fat, very slow man in a mask or clown makeup, I forget which, comes jogging out with a fire extinguisher, and it takes him forever to come out. He's high-fiving fans and can barely move, and everyone's just staring at him. One of the Sekta boys goes up to the ropes expecting to, try to kick this old fat man in the ribs as he enters or whatever, take some kind of move, but instead just stands there, and the old fat man just very slowly lazes by him, and he just has to turn around like, oh, okay. And then Judas Macias just kicks that guy in the nuts. Vampiro went top rope, but then the camera cut away to just the crowd, and then we cut back, and he's just in the ring kicking one of the Sekta guys. And then he goes top rope again, extremely unsteadily, extremely dangerously. I got scared. Somehow spins enough for a twisting moonsault, which, again, was crazy how he did that. But the Sekta guy just rolled out of the way as his friends are staying in the corner doing nothing. And then the Sekta man goes for a figure four. Vampiro rolls him up. He wins, and Back in Black plays.
Back in Black!
I can't convey how upsetting and bad and just nothing this match is, but It's one of the more evil matches I've seen because they just clearly cannot do anything because Vampiro doesn't understand what's happening.
It's crazy. It's
So
fucking
sorry
insane.
for the downer end, but it's fucked. And this match sucks.
It's fucking. Oh no.
I understand why it's the worst of the year. Like, I don't think there could be anything like worse. Even like, I don't even think a bad Fed pay-per-view could beat this.
Yeah, I don't think there were really any
No.
outside this. I don't think there was any bad pay-per-views on either shows. It was like
No.
at worst lukewarm pay-per-view, but like 2024 was like one of the better years of wrestling
Then
in
you got
general.
this.
And then there's this, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know you could still have shows this bad. Like, say what you will about like promo ability or whatever of modern wrestlers, but like they're at least generally athletic enough to be entertaining. This was just nothing.
We were all checked out like halfway through. Not even halfway through. Maybe halfway through the first match. A lot of us were just done.
Yeah, speaking of checked out, his promo at the end is kind of all over the place.
Tell me about it. What did Vampiro
he's
say
like,
as we ended off?
Hey, you know, you guys, I was just a kid from Canada. I came down here and you showed me all love. And, you know, thank you for letting me be here. I love you. I love you all with all my soul. I'm so proud to be here. I love the parents and the children's. Victor A. Lovin showed up and helped me out. I appreciate him.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. And
then he's kind of like walking all around like he doesn't know where he's at. Yeah, this is
why would they
fucked.
do this to Vampiro? It just seems mean. All right, I got that.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
You're crazy for that one.
You can cut that one. I don't want to die.
Yeah. No, we don't support anything at all.
I'd like to apologize to 2006. I didn't know it could get worse.
It's worse than fucking
It
Sold
somehow
Out.
was.
Yeah. So
WCW was goated. I wish it never died.
How could we do this to ourselves? Our bodies, our souls are actually weaker after this one.
Fuck you, Ty.
Okay.
The AAA sug.
we do it for the fans. Because we love the fans. Because we're baby faces on the show.
Are we?
Yeah.
Despite the fact they don't give us any fucking money. We're watching you.
Buy our t-shirts.
Hey, this is going to launch a year after our Patreon launched. More than, actually. Remember, March 13th, 2024. Make sure to, like and sub. At 1,700 patrons, we are going to buy AAA.
Go on the Patreon. Go on the Twitter, the TikToks, the OnlyFans. We got all your content wherever you need. Guaranteed.
And you've been AAA'd. We fucking hate AAA.